Hey guys, what is up here? Matt here back with another video. And right before we get into this fishing adventure, I want to talk to you guys about Ask Me. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can click on the Ask Me link down in my description below. I'll have a link down below. And there's a place where you can directly message me anytime you want. Sometimes YouTube doesn't post notifications to me, this, that, and the other. This is just another form of communication where you guys can ask me questions and stuff like that. That I can directly respond to you within 24 hours. A great little place to go. Send me some questions about whatever you guys will like, and I can directly respond to you guys really fast, again, within 24 hours. Sometimes YouTube doesn't push those notifications. Sometimes they hide comments, this, that, and the other that I may miss. So this is another great option for you guys. So again, click on that Ask Me link, link down in the description below. Ask me any questions you want, and I'll respond to you guys extremely fast within 24 hours. And let's get into the video, guys. So hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, I'm back at the pond. We got a pretty good breeze coming in from my backside, so I don't know how the audio will be. But we did have some rain last night and stuff. I'm out here searching for that pond monster again. I am going to start off throwing a chatterbait today. Had tons of bites coming from this side of the pond before, so I think I am just gonna start here. There's one. He's small. First fish of the day on the chatter donk. There we go. I just got a little tiny fluke rig down here. Actually, I don't need it because it looks like I cut it too small, but it gives a little bit of action down there. Just a little tail on the back. Solid black and blue style. Again, I'm just out here trying to catch the king bass that lives in this pond. I'll leave all my other links and videos from fishing this pond in the description, and you guys can see some of the strikes that I've had from this big bass. First time I saw him, I was just walking the pond, and I saw him on the bank when I was walking during the summer. Fished it a few times. I never had him blow up or eat anything, never had him bite. Then I randomly fishing a frog one day in the back corner of the pond. He blew up on my frog. I mean, just exploded on it. Completely missed. Never came back for it. Didn't get him to bite again. Didn't hook him or anything. He just blew up on it and totally missed the frog. Did a couple more videos. Haven't got him. And then just this past time, he came up and blew up on my Kitech lure. Swirled on top. It's a big bass. Again, he missed that bait. I threw a couple more baits at him, nothing. And then he ended up swirling on a crankbait as well. He totally missed the crankbait. Didn't get him that time either. He just missed the bait. So, every time I've been coming out here, there's small bass in here. And I think that's probably one of the last big ones in here. So my goal has been trying to catch this pond monster that I know lives in this pond. See how big he is, or she. So that's why I'm out here today, starting with the chatterbait, covering water. See if we can find. There's one. See if we can find one, the big one. There's fish number 2 though. That's a better one. Turn you guys away from the sun there. There we go. That's not a bad one on the chatterbait. A lot this size in this pond, so it's probably just really overrun with these guys. But they probably don't get too big in here. But the ones that have gotten big, I'm sure they probably even eat some of these smaller bass as well. And there was another big bass in here, but there's one. Oh, the people that own the pond actually ate them.
which was kind of a bummer when I heard about it. I saw a picture of it and it was big, probably a 6-pounder. So I'm really just trying to, I really want to try to get this other big one in here. I think it was just those two that were that size in here, I think, because I've been fishing this pretty hard and I haven't seen anything else besides that one. So I think that's probably the last big bass in here. So that's my goal. You know, it's October like 20th now, getting down to where it's gonna get really cold fast. So I'm kind of running out of opportunities to get them this year. So that's what I'm trying to do, guys. I'm really trying to get this big bass. And they've been stacked on this side of the pond too, for whatever reason. And it looks like the same way today. Couple bites on this bait. First time throwing the chatterbait in this pond too. I'm sure they have never seen it before in here. And I may fish this side of the bank too, because the wind's blowing into it. So if there is any like bait fish or anything like that, I'm sure this is where the bass will be hanging out. Again, they're going to be shallow, feeding up as well, so we're just going to cover water today, move around, see what we can find. And when the big one hits, we're going to know it, because it blows the size of all these other bass in here out of the water. So there's one. Oh, he got off. I'm gonna take that trailer off. Had a bite. There we go. Oh, this feels nice. This might be the big one. It is. It is the big one. Oh, baby. There it is. There's the big bass. I got her on the chatter donk. Look at the size of this largemouth bass. This thing is huge. Swallow the chatter donk. I don't have my scale on me, guys. I do not have my scale. Oh my God. We got her. There she is. This is the biggest bass in the pond, in a totally different location than I caught that last one. Oh baby, I can't believe it. The mission is over. I've been fishing this pond dozens of times and we finally got her. Dude, it's big, man. I'll let you guys be the judge on what you guys think that fish weighs. Oh my God. All right, guys, I want to get this big girl back in the water. It is an absolute tank. I mean, just look how thick the tail is. I can't get good lighting because of the sun, but just the tail itself is super thick. This is a big girl. I mean, that's big. Oh, baby. Thank you, big girl. Look at the back on her, too. Ice cold water, man. This water is freezing. We're gonna give her a little bit of time here. Man. Thank you so much, big girl. You are free. She don't even know it yet. Look at that. I'm just gonna let her rest there. Give her a few. There she goes. Mission accomplished, baby. On the chatterbait. A bait I've never thrown in here before. Yes, sir. Just fishing a Xfinity Speed Stick by Luz. Same with the reel. Xfinity reel. Just a little cheap little combo. Take her around with me on pond adventures. 7 foot, medium heavy power. Oh my god. On the chatterbait, black and blue. Right there. I can't believe it, guys. And this is crazy. I was gonna say, I never had her bite in this part of the pond before, but this is the first spot I saw that bass at in the summer. I was, so you can see, you know, I walk around the pond. So I was walking this way. I was walking, and I was standing like right up here, and in the summertime, I could see the fish just slowly swim off the bank right here. Just saw her slowly swim away, and it looked huge. So I knew there was one big bass in here, and ever since I saw her, I was making a mission, you know, to catch one of those big bass in here. So that's where I very first saw her, and I was just casting out here, and she just hit, you know, maybe 20 feet out or so. Just hit out there. I'm not exactly sure why she would have been hanging out over here. Again, I really don't know the layout of the pond, but I was just slow reeling it like that. She thumped it, set the hook, didn't even set it too hard. I just kind of pulled into her, and then felt some weight, and I knew we had the big fish on. Oh man, that's freaking awesome. And released her, let her live another day. Again, I really don't know what that bass eats in here. I'm assuming that there was a bite. Assuming that she probably eats smaller bass in here to stay that big, because I don't see many bluegill or anything. But I mean, there could be tons of bluegill in here. I just haven't seen them personally myself. I've caught a big red ear, but honestly, she's getting plenty of food, because man, she was fat and healthy. Wow. Oh my god. See, now my goal again is I'm not going to try to catch her again this year. I'll probably only come out here maybe 2 more times before it freezes over, you know. And next year we'll try to target her again with something else. Maybe we'll try to get her with a big swim bait or something, because that's a big girl. And we'll bring our scale out. We'll bring the scale out next year. I'm not too worried about not having a scale. I know she's big bass, so I just wanted to get her back in the water right away. Snap a photo, get her back as quick as possible. Those big ones are pretty sensitive, so I don't like to mess around with them too long. Yes, man, I'm stoked. Oh, I'm so stoked. Actually, I didn't know if they'd even eat the chatterbait. But they sure do. Came out here real breezy. I thought the chatterbait would be a nice nice lure to start off with. Cold fall day. I did come out mid-afternoon. I got out here at like 12:15 in the afternoon. Tried to get out here when the sun was high in the sky, the most warmth. It's going to be blowing all day, so I was either going to try to throw this or a rattle trap. I'm glad I started with this. Heck yeah. Man. I said next year we will try to target her again, bring a scale, and see if she looks any different. Oh, there was a bite. I know you guys can't see that. Had a nice little thump. But 100% that's probably the biggest bass in this pond. If you guys seen from my other videos, I catch tons of, pounders and then us under. Maybe a couple 2-pounders here and there randomly. But for the most part, they seem to be all about the same stunted size. And I'm assuming there's probably just a lot of that size in here. And I do think that bigger bass probably does eat some of those smaller ones. Oh man, that made my day. I could go home happy. Again, it's always been my mission out here ever since I saw that big bass. And finally got her. She's kind of been cruising all over the pond, I guess. But honestly, this is one of the areas she likes because that's where I first saw her. She bit down on a frog way at the other end, and then the other day she was up at this side, so I'm guessing they were on this side now because this wind is blowing in here, so she's probably just hanging out right here, just waiting for something to come along, blow by. Happened to see this chatterbait come near, probably couldn't stand the sound and look of it, and tacked it. Oh my God. Man, I can't believe it. And we landed her. And she finally bit the bait and got it. She wanted this thing gone. Probably thought it was a nice little bluegill. She scooped it up, man. Let's see if anything's hanging on in these shallows with this chatterbait. Again, this is really shallow in here too. Maybe a 2 feet. 2 feet or so. Lots of grass, so I'm just going to keep it on top of the surface, kind of mid-surface. So now my plan is springtime next year. Before the spawn, springtime next year, fish this a couple times, try to catch her, have my scale on me, and see how much she weighs. So you'll see me out here next spring, and I'll be targeting that pond monster again. And maybe there is one more, but I don't think so. I think there was just a 2. The one I said the ladies kept them, so that's before I even knew about the pond or I got permission to fish it. And then I saw that there was one on the bank, so I knew there was at least one more. But I do think that is the only one left in here that big. I don't think there's another one that big in here. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Again, a lot of the grass has died off, so it's easier to fish some of these baits too, which is nice. Oh my God. I can't believe it. I wasn't sure how the rain last night was going to affect things too. It definitely made the water colder, I know that. This water is ice cold. Alright guys, sorry the sun's right in my face. I'm going to call it right there, man. I came out what I was trying to do today, and it was to catch that big pond monster. Mission accomplished after dozens of times being out here on this pond after I saw him. We finally landed him on a black and blue chatterbait, man. It was like perfect conditions. The sun was out high in the sky this afternoon. A little bit of cloud coverage, not much, so I know it was warm. The wind was blowing really well into the bank, so I figured if any kind of bass was going to be around and I'm going to eat, it was going to be near that windy, blown in bank. And sure enough, that's where the big fish was hanging out. Choked the chatterbait. And yeah, we got one of the pond monsters, man. So leave a comment down below if you guys want to see me coming back out here. Next year, we're going to target that same bass in the springtime. We'll have a scale on us, and we're going to weigh her up. But leave comments down below what you thought she weighed. Again, really big and thick. I think definitely in the 6 pound range, but I could be way off. It's hard to tell sometimes, especially when they're that thick and fat. Sometimes they may look bigger than they are, may look smaller than they are. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the support. Hit the subscribe button, bell notification, and I'll catch you guys very soon. Thanks, guys.